Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. Welcome back to TeamSport Sheffield. This is the second of the two sessions, so if you haven't watched the first one, you might want to check that out with the link in the top right now. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do consider doing that as well. It helps with YouTube algorithm. More people get to see the video. It's good for everyone. So this session was mostly full of members. There are a few slower public that came along, but mostly members, and they were quick members at that. Having been set back slightly with my own confidence, the aim, as with the first session, was to just go out and set some consistent lap times. I wasn't too fussed about the time. Yes, I'd like them to be low 1 minute, maybe 59 seconds, but I was just wanting them to be consistent, and yeah, that's what I managed to do in the first session, and hopefully I can do the same in the second. The first was very good. There was only the flag tests at the beginning and then one red flag on the second lap, and after that it was completely clear. This session we do get a couple of little red flags, but nothing major. So we managed to set a first lap time at a 1 minute 2. I didn't really have any traffic, but it takes me a little while to refill. I've jumped into a different cart as well this time, and I have actually, while I've kept the seat in the same position, I have tried something different with the pedals, and I won't be doing that again because I definitely didn't like that. This guy waved me through here, that was nice of him, so I wasn't that much faster, but yep, happy to take that, gave my thumbs up. And just looking to see if I can keep those consistent lap times. So as we come around on this lap, it looks like we're going to be there as we set a 1:02. So that's 2 1 minute 2 lap times. Yes, this one again I had the traffic, so less of an issue. Let's see if we can keep to these 1 minute marks. I'd like to slowly bring it down as I get used to the kart, I get the tyres warmed up. But yeah, I'm not happy with how I positioned the pedals. The seat was right, everything else was right, and I don't know why I didn't bother to fold the pedals over to make them closer to me. I do normally, and I just thought I'd give it a try, I guess, and yeah, just wasn't happy with that, so yeah, just got to crack on with it as it is now. Bit more traffic on this lap, and actually really badly timed that. That would have lost me a fair bit of time there, possibly. It's always hard to guess, but probably half a second at least. So that's another 1 minute 2. Could have probably been a 1:01 had I not caught the back of that car at the wrong time there. But that's fine. Looks clear ahead for the time being. Keep a check on behind me as well, just to make sure I'm not holding anyone up, and then focus and see what I can do. I was starting to get a little bit of back pain again through this one. I just need to strengthen my back. I've got back issues anyway. As I've said before, I see a chiropractor fairly regularly. Yeah, I just need to strengthen it, work on it a bit more, and it will soon be fine. Particularly this section here, where I'm flat out turning left. The left side of my lower back just is in agony. I didn't really need to slow down that much. I did have a couple of slow laps right at the very end where I had backed off, but nothing major. As I've managed to break through to a 1:01, taking a second off my previous lap time in a clear lap there. Managed to keep it nice there. I don't always brake, I don't always lift. Sometimes I go flat, sometimes I don't. I don't never know how to take that corner properly. It's one of those ones that's always going to catch me out. I think I can take the same entry every time, but it never works the same way every time. So I must be doing something slightly different. I just need to focus a bit more on getting that section right. little bit late on the brakes there, which is why it's just kicked the tail out, but nothing overly slowing me down there. And it's another 101, slightly slower. That'll be the missing the brakes there, and this top corner, just coming down here at this pits, just where I've got that slightly differently. Now this lap here, lap 6, is my fastest lap, and I can't see anything I've done differently to the previous laps, but apparently I was quicker. No traffic around, no cars behind me, or no cars catching me behind me at the moment anyway. Giving a little rock to try and get the car going up the ramp there, I noticed. Slightly too fast in the top, slightly too fast into the bottom, but clearly that worked out alright for us. I had to catch the car as it steps out. Up the ramp, across the line, with a 1 minute 0.7. Okay, that's a second off my fastest lap on the new tyres, but it's there. It's what we can do. I can't even blame the heat anymore, as the heat wave's long gone, and we've been having thunderstorms as we come into a quick red flag here. I'll just fast forward this for you. And as we come back under yellow, that car decided to just take the opportunity and use that as a moment to try and pass me. There's another kart behind me, but it stays behind me for a little bit longer before they eventually try and actually think about passing. So obviously this lap is now redundant, it's going to be a slow lap, which is a bit of a shame. I don't recover well from the interruptions when I get interrupted, and then I've just got to get back onto the flow again, start picking my lines out, getting my rhythm right. I struggle with that part. I don't know why, I just do. But a 1:15, that's, as I say, that is what it is. Can't do much about a red flag. So lap 8, what can we do? TeamSport managed to cut this session short as well. The first one was about 12 to 13 minutes of on-track time, and this one was about the same again, so yeah, I got a bit frustrated at even that. I'm not quite sure why they were doing that today, especially as one of the sessions even got cancelled, so there was plenty of time around. The 10 past 8, I think, didn't actually have anyone out, or they went out early. And this was the 8:35. Huge bit of speed going in under there, so I actually ran it wide underneath and would have lost half a second or so doing that. And just, yes, so there I leant forwards to just move my back protector a little bit, and I've backed off to let this girl past here. Yeah, I just took a moment to sort myself out. I was starting to get the back pain and needed to make sure it was in the right place and actually doing something to help, which it has been helping. Just today, this wasn't the one. It just, yeah, my back just didn't want to do this today. So I have backed off at this point now, just to ease it off a little bit. It's particularly worse turning left, which on this track isn't that great because most of the turns are to the left, and particularly with this full flat section here, that's really painful. But thankfully I managed to get through and just keep it going. So yeah, as I say, I backed off. A, I backed off to let the other car through, and B, I had just backed off generally. You can see with my hand positions, I'm not going full beans at the moment. I've eased it down a touch. So a high 103, yeah, fine, I'll take that one. And I'm just winding it back up a little bit, giving it a bit more to see how far I can push it. Spotted a car on my inside and he's actually managed to come past cleanly without me even needing to wave him through, so that's all good. And I'll just sit on the back of him now and see if I can do anything with that. And we've all got, well, I didn't really get caught out, but he got caught out by that cart. I came through with him cleanly. But yeah, this is another slowish lap on a 102.3. Still a second and a half quicker than the previous one. As we come into another red flag, and I'll skip this one for you as well. So a slightly longer red flag, that one. You may have seen during the fast forward there that I actually looked at my watch. I tried setting a 15-minute timer as the first cart went out, because I lose track of the time, and I figured once the timer goes off my watch will vibrate and I'll feel that, and it will just help me to know that the session's coming to an end. But because they cut the session short, it didn't actually go off until, well, in the case of this one, I was out of the cart and taking my helmet off when it went off. So yeah, I'm not quite sure if that helps or not. I don't actually normally even wear my watch when I'm karting, I normally take it off. But I decided to give it a try. But yeah, it didn't really help in this case. I might give it another go, I might not. I'll see how it goes. But for now, with the stop, that's a 1:28, that's kind of a given. And I think I've backed off still slightly, but not overly much for the final lap here. Yeah, I'm not pushing full through there by the looks of things, especially with the positioning of my hands. Looks like I have just backed it off slightly, expecting a little bit more. I think when I looked at my watch it still said I had 5 minutes to go, 4 or 5 minutes to go, so I was expecting a couple of laps at least, but for this then to be the final lap, so that didn't really work for me, but that's fine. I'm back on it again there, and I've pushed it too hard. I think in that, I've waved this car through because I've spun it out. I think what happened there was I tapped the brakes exactly at the same time as the bump and the metal strip at the bottom, and that just ruined it for me. So it became a 105. Lost a couple of seconds easily there. As always guys, thanks for joining me. Please like the video, leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.